Hello and welcome to class. In today let's look at human body system, okay, also known as organ system. The human body is a combination of different systems that work together, is it not, to perform different functions. I told you they work together, right? Yes, we shall look at different systems of the body. But remember, we said the body formation begins with the cells. A group of cells, when they come together, they form tissue, and your tissue, when they come together, they form organs, and two or more organs working together is what gives us or call what our body system or organ system. Now the first on the list is our integumentary system. The integumentary system is a system that covers the body, okay, and also site of many senses, okay, allows us to feel touch. The major organs are hair, skin, and then nails. Skin is a major organ. Then the next is the skeletal system, which supports the body for movement. Is it not? The major organ are what? The bones. Then you have joints, cartilage. Joints is where two or more bones are attached. Is it not? Yes. Then next you have the muscular system and the nervous system. Okay. The muscular system supports the skeletal system. Okay. It comprises of skeletal muscles and then tendons. Okay. While the nervous system, also known as the brain of the human being, that is a major organ, and then it contains spinal cord and then peripheral nerves or nerve cell. Okay, it processes what information and controls every other part of the world body by collecting information, processing it, and then sending what actions for other part of the body what to follow. Next, you have the endocrine system and the circulatory system or cardiovascular system. The endocrine system helps to secrete different glands from the body. You can see there we have the pituitary gland, the thyroid gland, hypothalamus gland, the pancreas, and adrenal glands. They help to secrete hormone and also regulate the body processes. And then you have the circulatory system or cardiovascular system, which the major organ is the heart. You have blood vessels, which comprise of arteries and veins, is it not, that carry blood throughout your what body. Then the next on the list is your lymphatic system and your what respiratory system. The lymphatic system works closely with your immune system to defend your body and also return fluid to blood. It contains lymph node, which is a major organ. You can see lymphatic vessels, and then you see hypothalamus gland there, is it not? Yes. Then your respiratory system is the system of breathing. You have your nose, your mouth, your trachea. The major organ for the respiratory system is the what? The lungs. Say the lungs. Yes, we have two lungs. You can see it, your right and your left what? Lungs. Alright. The next on the list is your digestive system and your what? Urinary or renal system. Digestive system helps to break down food into what? Small molecules called what? Nutrients. Okay. The major organ is the what? Small intestine. I say the small intestine. Other organs, you have your stomach, your liver, your gallbladder, then you have your large intestine. Okay, but the major organ is the small intestine. Then your urinary or renal system, the major organ there is the kidney, and then you have your urinary what? Bladder. Okay. Next is your reproductive system, which comprises of male reproductive system and female reproductive system. It enables us to give birth to our young ones alive. Is it not? Yes, it is the organs that enable us to give birth to our young ones. Let's now look at the respiratory system. It comprises of your mouth, your nose, your fangs, your epiglottis. We have the trachea, your bronchi, which is divided into bronchioles. You have your lungs, you have your alveoli, where exchange of oxygen and carbon dioxide take place, and then you have your diaphragm, and then you have your ribs cage. Okay, I told you before that the major organ is what? The lungs. Now the rib cage have to protect what? Your lungs and your heart. Okay, you must know that. Now during the process of respiration, there are what we call diaphragm muscles that will drag air through your mouth. Okay, this air will travel through these different parts of your body, from your chest to your trachea down to your tube we call the bronchiole, and then from the bronchiole it will break into smaller tubes, which I told you just now is called bronchioles. Okay, and then from there it will enter into smaller tubes and travel through this piping, which from there will now enter the lungs, and then from the lungs it's connected with the alveoli, where the exchange of oxygen and carbon dioxide what take place. Take note, alveoli is the site where the exchange of oxygen and carbon dioxide what take place. When this happens, the alveoli have enough space to allow the oxygen to pass through and also have the ability to send the carbon dioxide through the lungs back to our what? Nose, and then breathe out. Remember, during breathing, we breathe in oxygen and we breathe out what? Carbon dioxide. Is it not? Yes. So common disease of respiratory system are asthma. An asthmatic patient is a condition that makes your lungs not to function well. Then you have lungs cancer when there is excess growth of cells in your lungs. Then you have emphysema and what? Pneumonia. Okay. Let's now look at your circulatory system. Your circulatory system allows your heart to pump oxygenated blood to different parts of your what? Body, and also pump out used oxygenated blood back to your lungs. Okay. It comprises of your heart, your veins, your arteries, and then you have your capillaries as well. Okay. During this process, your heart, we first of all carry the oxygenated blood through what we call your left ventricle. Okay. It will travel through different channels. All right. But take note that it is carried by your arteries. Your arteries will carry the what? Oxygen-rich blood. Now, when your body has finished using the oxygen-rich blood, the veins will now carry the oxygen-poor blood back through this system, and then the left ventricle will also pump in oxygen-rich blood through arteries again. Arteries are broken down into atrium, okay, and then back again with your vein to your heart, close to your lungs, where oxygen is now pumped into the blood again, and the process what? Continues. Your heart disease, you have coronary artery disease, you have atherosclerosis, and then you have stroke. Stroke happens when enough oxygen does not get to your what? Brain. Okay. And then you have hypertension. Hypertension is when your heart or your blood pressure is beating or is higher than the normal pressure. Okay. It will cause your heart muscle to what? Expand. Let's now look at your digestive system. Your digestive system allows you to break down food into what? Nutrients. Is it not? I told you that the major organ is what? Your small intestine. You have your mouth, your esophagus, you have your stomach, your small intestine, which is the major organ, your liver, your gallbladder, and your what? Pancreas. You have your kidneys, and you have your large intestine. Now, when food gets to your mouth, it will be crushed by your teeth into your what? Stomach. From your stomach, you have what we call gastro juice, which contain what? Hydrochloric what? Acid. We have to break down the food into even more smaller particles before they will now enter into your what? Small intestine. Okay. From there, it will be crushed further into smaller what? Nutrients. And the small intestine have enough openings to allow the nutrient to pass through or diffuse directly to your what? Blood. Now, the food that your stomach cannot digest will now be moved to your large intestine, and from there you can excrete it out as what? Waste. Common disease of the digestive system, you have your Graham disease, you have your celiac disease, you have gastroesophageal reflux syndrome, and then you have these are the three major what? Disease of the what? Circulatory system. Let me explain gastroesophageal reflux syndrome. Okay, it happens when acid from your stomach climb back into the esophagus and causes a burning sensation. Okay, you must have experienced this at times when you belch as if you want to, your throat will not be hot. Is it not? It's called what? Giro. Okay, let's look at your nervous system. Your nervous system, I told you, is the what? System that controls every other system of your what? Body. The major organ is the what? Brain. Is it not? Yes. Your nervous system is divided into central nervous system and peripheral nervous system. Your central nervous system controls almost every activities of your what? Brain. Your peripheral nervous system is further divided into automatic nervous system and the somatic or body nervous what? System. Okay. Now, the brain is a major organ of your nervous system. You also have your spinal cord, and then you have what we call neurons or nerve cells. They are the ones that sense information, and then you have your receptor that helps to sense and then report information back to your central nervous system. Your brain is structured in such a way that every information is passed through neurons or nerve cells back to your brain, which is divided into left and right. And then this left and right have different functions they perform. For example, analytical thinking, okay, to think properly. Then you have a detail-oriented perception, where you are arranging information in order. Then you have thought, verbal, normal thinking. Then you have planning, are all done by your left brain. But when it comes to intuitive thoughts, emotions, feelings, non-verbal thinking, inventions, impulse, creative writing, they are all done by your right brain. You see it now? So the human brain is the main engine of the human body, just like the way the CPU is the brain of the computer. Now, the brain is very sensitive that when oxygen does not get to it before 10 minutes, the patient might end up dying. Some common diseases of the brain include Alzheimer's disease. This will happen to old people. When the brain cells starts to die, they start to lose memories, and then they cannot do things normally again. Okay, they have Parkinson's disease. A notable symptom of Parkinson's is muscular tremors, where you have shakiness, difficulty walking, where your speech is slowed. All these are called Parkinson's disease. Most times it's caused by hallucinating drugs or what do you call them? Stimulant that kills your brain cell. And then you have stroke. Stroke happens when there is not enough oxygen. Okay, when there is not enough oxygen in your brain, can damage some part of your body, and that is called stroke. Let's now look at your musculoskeletal system. Your musculoskeletal system comprises of your muscles and your skeleton working together. Okay, the major organs here will be your bones and your muscles. Other organs, you have your joints where two or more bone attached. You have your ligaments, which enables your bone to be flexible. You have your tendons, which help to hold the bone and are slightly tougher than the muscle tissue, is it not? Yes. Remember, this structure allows us to move, is it not? Yes. With the help of the joints, we move, is it not? Yes. For this to happen, energy must be transferred through the oxygen that will be transferred in the oxygen-rich blood, and then to cause movement to take place with the help of the muscles, is it not? Yes, that is how the muscular system works. So you need oxygenated blood to give energy, and energy to movement. All the systems that I will talk together now, I told you that they are dependent on each other, is it not? No one can walk alone. You can see them. Circulatory and respiratory work together, circulatory and digestive work together, circulatory and nervous work together, circulatory and musculoskeletal work together, respiratory and musculoskeletal work together, respiratory and nervous work together, respiratory and digestive work together, and musculoskeletal and nervous work together. Do you see it now? Yes, because they are dependent on each other. And then finally you have musculoskeletal and digestive working together, and your nervous system working with every other system and the digestive system together. Watch this video and learn more about our organ system in the body.
The human body is a complex network of cells, tissues, and organs that together make life possible. 10 major systems are responsible for the body's functions: skeletal, muscular, cardiovascular, nervous, endocrine, lymphatic, respiratory, digestive, urinary, reproductive. The skeletal, muscular, cardiovascular, and nervous systems in particular create an infrastructure that facilitates the other systems. The adult skeletal system is a framework of over 200 bones. They hold the body together, give it shape, and protect its organs and tissues. The skeleton also provides anchor points for the muscular system, which includes 3 types of muscles: skeletal, smooth, and cardiac. They are found throughout the body and facilitate movement. Nestled within these muscles is the cardiovascular system, a pipeline that includes the heart, blood vessels, and the blood itself. Also called the circulatory system, the cardiovascular system delivers oxygen, white blood cells, hormones, and nutrients throughout the body. Lastly, the nervous system is a communication network of nerve cells that the body uses to transmit information and coordinate bodily functions. It's comprised of the brain, the hub of sensory and intellectual activity, the spinal cord, and the many cranial and spinal nerves that emanate from them. This infrastructure created by neurons, blood, muscles, and bones allows three other systems to regulate the body's environment: the endocrine, lymphatic, and urinary systems. The endocrine system is a series of glands that use information carried by the nervous system to help regulate the body's processes. Thanks to this neural connection, endocrine glands, such as the thyroid, are aware of the amount of hormones and other chemicals they need to produce. These chemicals are then distributed throughout the body by way of the cardiovascular system. The cardiovascular and nervous systems are also utilized by the lymphatic system, a collection of lymph nodes and vessels that help regulate the body's defenses. Also called the immune system, the lymphatic system uses neural pathways to transmit information about affected areas of the body and then sends out healing agents like white blood cells via the bloodstream. Another key regulatory system is the urinary system, which includes the kidneys, ureters, bladder, and urethra. The urinary or renal system maintains the body's electrolyte levels and filters waste from the blood. This waste is sent through the blood vessels into the kidneys and then expelled as urine. All of these systems require energy to function, and that's where the respiratory and digestive systems come in. The respiratory system is a group of passageways and organs that extracts life-giving oxygen from the air we breathe. Air enters the body through nasal cavities, travels down the throat, and is then transported to the lungs. The lungs extract oxygen for the body to use and then expel a carbon dioxide byproduct when we exhale. Energy can also come in the form of food. The digestive system is an approximately 30-foot series of organs that convert food into fuel. Food enters the system through the mouth, then moves into the esophagus, the stomach, and the intestines. Nutrients are absorbed into the body while solid waste is expelled through the anal canal, the end of the digestive tract. No matter the role, size, or shape of any of the body's systems, each began with the reproductive system. This system is responsible for creating life. The primary organs involved differ between the sexes, with ovaries, fallopian tubes, the uterus, and vagina found in women, and testes and a sperm channel found in men. Together, fertilization may occur, organ systems form, and then a child is born. Humans are complicated organisms, but when our 10 major organ systems are healthy, they ensure our well-being.
Welcome back from that interesting video. I believe with this video you now have a basic understanding about our human body system. Remember to do your other activities. Stay safe.